Welcome, welcome. It's my dog with the TexasSpaceNavy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the roadmap, things that are going on, finishing up 3.11, going into 3.12. There's been a little bit of update, but not a whole lot. The footage you're seeing is from Org Op Night last night with my Org Texas. If you're interested in participating in one of those Org Nights, just let us know. We have Discord and Guilded. You can check those out in the description of the video. If you're interested in joining the org, we're always looking for new recruits. We just want somebody to be cool and fun to play with. Make sure you can get along with others, and you're definitely be welcome to join the team. That information's down below as well. I'm going to put up what they wrote for the Roadmap Roundup as an article and kind of read based off of that, but I'm also going to go into more detail for you guys. So, Roadmap Roundup, November 6th, 2020. The notable changes for November 6th is the landing zone services update, ordnance replenishment. So they're changing the way that the ordnance is going to be replenished. They're changing pricing. They're changing, what is going to be available, like, missiles, ammo, chaff flare. So it's going to update the functionality a little bit of the replenishment. So when you stop to get refuel, rearm, repair, now you're going to have to be a little more specific with it, and missiles aren't just going to cost 100 AUEC regardless of their size. Now the bigger missiles are going to cost more. That torpedo may cost you 10k, so keep that in mind if you're a torpedo user. So definitely something new with the landing services. Now, moving on to capital ships, turrets, and torpedoes, visual effects and sound effects. They're improving both the visual effects and sound effects of torpedoes and turrets on the capital ships. They've redone some of the death mask, or improved the death mask, what it looks like when they fire, the missile trails. Torpedoes are going to have a newer look and sound. They're going to move a lot slower, as we know, so they have to upgrade some of the fidelity of those missiles so that we can actually see them, target them, and go after them. Combat with capital ships will also be visually improved with the changes to the shield impacts to provide a more visually appealing combat experience. I don't know if this is in line with what they're planning for physicalized shields. Hopefully we're moving more and more towards that. Capital ship combat behavioral improvements. This is how they've improved the AI. The ship is going to take into account what it's going up against and how many opponents it has. So if the AI Navy Idris at the rest stop sees that you have a hammerhead and 4 hornets, it'll probably try to get its big gun facing the hammerhead and let the turrets take out the hornets. At least that's what I'm gathering from this. It wouldn't take the big gun to try to kill a hornet and use the little guns on the hammerhead. That wouldn't make any sense in any world you live in. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's talking about, is smarter behavior depending on the opponents it's going against. Now there are new images for the Gemini A03 sniper rifle and the Bearing FS9 LMG. Man, I wish these had actual names. But that's a whole nother story. So let's actually get into some of the roadmap specifics. So we know that the only thing left in 3.11 is the Mercury Star Runner, and guess what? You're not gonna see the Mercury Star Runner until IAE on the 20th, so just give up trying. It's not gonna come out until then. That's the truth. Just wait for it and be a little patient. I know you've been waiting this long. You can just wait until the 20th. It'll come out. The 3.12 update now is 16 out of 33 with the Stanton system spacescaping. So the cloud tech and all of that they're putting in is on the verge of being done. Well, half done, I should say. They still have a ways to go. Space Station Refinery deck is 54 out of 77. So it too has not made a lot of progress in the last couple of weeks. The AI intercepting torpedoes is in polishing, as is AI fire mode usage and targeting priorities, AI accuracy convergence, capital ship combat behavior improvements. Those are all in polishing. Landing services update, ordnance replenishment, which we talked about, is 4 out of 6. So they've already made great progress in that. Mining UI refactor, 17 out of 19. They're almost done there. Countermeasures version 1.1, thank God. That is in polishing. Torpedo attack, counterbalance, and behavior in polishing. Capital ship turret and torpedo visual effects, sound effects improvements in polishing. Vehicle entry identification, 1 out of 2. Station base refining, 64 out of 70. Almost done on refining for space stations. Grin multi-tool tractor beam attachment, 14 out of 26. They've made progress there. Weapon zeroing tier 0 is in polishing. Elevator panel updates, 10 out of 15. So they're making some progress towards finishing off those elevator panels. Finally! Ships and vehicles, the Asperia Talon is 26 out of 48, as is the Talon Shrike. Don't worry, this goes pretty quick towards the end of the quarter, so these will move fairly quickly in those last week or two before they put out that patch. The Bearing FS9 LMG, 3 out of 5, and the Gemini AO3 Sniper Rifle, 5 out of 9. So that's what they have on the roadmap right now. That's about as far as it goes. There's no 3.13. There's no 4.0 on the roadmap. No idea when they're planning on adding those. I would imagine they would have to add something, you know, when 3.12 drops. We got to know where we're headed, right? Are they going to wait till the first of the year like they normally do and have a big studio head meetup where they get together and figure out what they're working on or what their focus is for this next year in the PU? I don't know. There are leaks from a Chinese leaker that claims that Squadron 42 is pretty much done. It could be released, but of course we all know Chris Roberts wants the thing to be well polished and run very well. I think it needs to be for how long it's taken for the game to get done. So again, don't expect that right away. I know he wants to fine-tune it to where we have the best damn game ever as far as space sims, and I'm really looking forward to that, as I know many of you are, and really can't wait to get our hands on a polished version of Squadron 42. So definitely something that we may end up hearing more about around the turn of the year or in the first quarter next year. I also heard through those leaks that Pyro is done. There's not much left to do on Pyro, and they could put it out separate from server meshing. I don't know if that just means that would be another system you could log into, you know, where you could log into Stanton or Pyro. I'm not sure, but they did say it's pretty much done. It just doesn't have a lot of content. So that, I guess, might be something they will be working on while we're waiting on iCache and server meshing. You know, if they get all that content in there and all of a sudden, bam, we're able to go into Pyro and there's tons to do, that would be pretty interesting, and you could tell that there'd be a lot of people hanging out in Pyro, especially you outlaw types, you ruffians. You guys would be hanging out there and causing as much trouble as you possibly can. I would imagine there's going to be quite a few missions for outlaws or pirates. That will definitely bring another level of gameplay. I kind of can look forward to more tractor beam development over the next year once Pyro's in, because the pirate types will need to be able to use their tractor beams to take on cargo and hull, you know, ships and stuff like that. So definitely something that I would expect to be worked on more next year, but I wouldn't be holding my breath, because that'll probably be towards the end of next year that we would get ship tractor beam gameplay in, unless it just becomes a focus out of nowhere. That's what I would expect. What do you guys think of the Roadmap Roundup? What do you think of future plans or these leaks that talk about Squadron 42 and Pyro? Let me know down in the comments down below. I really do appreciate everybody that's been tuning in to watch the videos. You guys are really awesome. Thank you so much. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers. So please hit that like button. And if you've never subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, as I try to do a video every day. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.